I have like the Irish afro.
The Irish afro.
So, are you redheaded?
No, absolutely not.
Then get out of here with that fucking Irish afro.
So, is it curly?
It's curly, yeah. It's like it looks like I've had a perm my entire life,
I guess that
but I've never had a perm.
Okay, now I just want to point out about the podcast thing. I don't have any podcasts are for losers. Who does this? I mean, not like listens to it. I would enjoy doing it, but listening to it is like a whole different matter.
Do you commute?
Yeah, welcome to when you start commuting.
I drive 2 hours to work.
Oh. I just killed myself.
Actually, before I go to bed every night, I tend to turn on the YouTube thing on my PS4. I'll pick out something, and I'll just have it run while I sleep.
Better be tentacle porn.
Yeah, no.
Not on YouTube, bro.
No.
Oh my gosh.
No.
Never mind.
No, go ahead, Ro.
No,
go
it's
ahead.
okay.
No,
it's all right.
Tell us.
Said we weren't
Tell
getting
us.
weird in here.
I mean, there's a line that we have.
Nope, I'm good.
But no, I think in general, like, the podcast is based on, like, comics and, like, gaming and stuff, obviously. So I think, like, we should focus on our community, or, like...
I thought this was for entertainment purposes.
Fucking orc just stole my quest mob.
Who did?
He said a f***ing orc stole his quest mob.
Where?
He's been drinking, so he'll get loud.
Now this orc. Holy shit. You guys are all assholes. I hate WoW.
So much.
Is this what it's like in the bedroom? Do the neighbors have any, like, noise complaints at all?
That orc just stole my...
I really hope he's not screaming that.
He doesn't think about baseball during sex. He thinks about orcs.
That orc stole my...
King Greenskins.
So the Nintendo Switch.
Oh, well, I was going to say, when's the Code in Exiles early
31st.
31st. Is there any way to get into it, like, buy it? Like,
it is on Steam, but there's no price yet.
Nope.
We're speculating $40 because that's about the average going price for a survival game.
Yeah, and I know we were talking about the PvP, the PvP Blitz, and the PvE servers and what we were going to do, I think.
I think we're going to go with a regular PvP server because everybody's kind of starting on the same page of not doing anything. But we do want to be competitive, so we kind of want people that are going to get on the same page and work together. So what are you drinking? So during the podcast, when we first recorded it, we didn't know how much the game was going to cost, and we didn't know what kind of server we're going to play on. But we do now.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we do.
So what are we doing?
So we are going to play on a PvP non-wipe server on the servers provided by Funcom. And the game only costs $30, so we expect a large player base from PAX to join us.
Yeah.
We're going to be very competitive. We're going to make sure that it's a team first kind of orientated group.
Kind of taking lessons learned from our past years, plus worth playing the survival game genre.
Exactly. Yeah. About a year ago we had a pretty good ARC group going. And we were very competitive on that server. I would say that we were almost alpha status because no one dared really to attack us. And I'm assuming that's kind of what we're looking for in this too, to be very cooperative in our gameplay styles, stick towards our group goals first, and basically just work together, have fun being the best.
Another thing I'm passionate about, hentai.
What?
Anime.
Got weird.
Let's not get weird.
Hard
Hard pass. Detour this topic.
Okay, fine.
You see what Arganas does?
I mean, hey, I don't judge.
Kilbo's over
I
there,
totally
and
watch.
Kilbo's over there, and he's like, "I'm totally into tentacles."
Yes.
Oh, God,
Yes.
You guys talking about that shit?
Yes, we are.
I'm judging.
Mark always judges.
I don't care. Judge me all you want. You don't know me. You don't know what I've been through because of you.
Oh my god. I can't even right now. Alright.
Oh, man.
Arg just posted the there's a point we need to stop, but we keep going and see what happens.
Train. Oh my god. Brad, are we really like putting this out for the world to hear?
Yes.
Why wouldn't we?
I'm gonna, cleverly edit the cuss words and stuff, but yeah.
Oh, have we started? I'm sitting here waiting for us to start.
Man, I've been recording for like 10 minutes. Start at the top and introduce yourself.
Well, hi, I'm Arganas.
Hello, I'm
I'm
Kel.
just kinda here.
Wait, who's next?
Oh, that's me. I'm Palor. I forgot alphabetical order.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going alphabetical.
I was looking at the little deer.
I'm Rohe. I'm apparently the token female. Whatever that means. You know, I got told I sound like a 15-year-old boy once.
That's because a lot of 15... Never mind.
No, go ahead.
My 13-year-old son has a deeper voice than me. Hold on. I'll be right back.
Oh, geez.
What?
Wait, if she...
Where's the music coming from? Is that him or...
Oh, that's Merk. I'm sitting next to his computer. I'll move.
Hold on. I got my oldest son,
stay
who
in.
recently joined PAX on Discord, but not on the forums. Say hi.
Hi, I'm Primal Bunyan.
Good lord!
Hey.
When did Morgan Freeman join?
Dude, he's 13. He'll be 14 on Thursday next
Is that a 13-year-old or is that your dad?
week.
Wait, so are we still introducing ourselves?
Did you introduce yourself?
No, I didn't. I thought it was. I'm in here for the thing, Ryan. Okay, it's not like I'm like here to do anything special. My name is Kilbo, and I am a meme thief. Is this not Meme Thieves Anonymous?
No.
No, I'm in the wrong place. Palor, why are you playing World of Warships?
Tell us, Palor. Tell us why you're playing World of Warships.
Yes, while we are recording this.
Why am I playing it?
Yes.
Because I can play it and talk at the same time.
No,
Yeah.
you can't. False.
Oh, I could go on for a while about this one. So
Hold on. As Donald Trump said, wrong.
World of Warships is a fake game.
probably.
It's a fake game.
I'm just channeling all my
You're
money
playing
to
a
the
fake
Russian
game,
mafia.
sir. Playing a fake game.
I mean, I can't say if it's a fake game or not because I haven't played it, but I mean, it looks stupid.
Ooh.
Hold on.
It's a game that there's nothing else quite like it on the market. That's why I really like it. It
Hold
has
on.
a very interesting gameplay style.
It's a lot of fun, actually.
It is? Okay. I mean, I have it downloaded.
Why do you trust me and not him? What?
I don't know.
He's playing it.
You can't trust the guy who's always like 30 minutes to an hour late.
But I wasn't the late one. You just yelled at me like I was.
No, I was pointing. That was my whole argument. You can't trust Rawn. You can.
But I just said I trusted him.
No, that's what I'm saying. You can't trust him because he's always 30 minutes to an hour late.
Oh,
That was
sorry.
not my fault.
I got
You had to
Here.
get drunk.
No,
just-
you remember at the beginning we were talking about Rohe being the token female and stereotypes and how she was on time and that doesn't fit the stereotype. I was late because of my wife.
I don't care.
I remember.
Your wife can do no wrong. I don't care. So I started back to school this year, right? I haven't been to school in over a decade. And wow, have things changed.
Yeah,
like,
they're all idiots.
Well, it's not just that. It's just everything's done like all the updates and messages and whatnot are done online, you know? Like, I'm used to emails, but no, this is like their own little website thing. And I'm like, what? Okay. I just feel old all of a sudden. And I'm not old, obviously. I'm totally young. But it just made me feel old.
Last year, and I was older than my instructors. It was really hard.
Luckily, I don't have that issue.
In one of my senior level classes, I had the choice between domestic violence class, and the other option was parenting in the 21st century. And I laughed at mine.
As opposed to fucking 10th century BC.
I was like, just let me write the book for you, because like that's all I've done in the 21st century: parenting and fighting wars.
I think we should all just go the way of Roe and just not have children.
I've got kids enough for you.
Too late.
That's what Ryan and-
You like have me covered, so
That's what Ryan
I'm
and
not even
Palor
worried
say.
about it.
They're like,
I'm
we
not-
don't need to have kids because you had ours for you.
I'm sure Rawn and whatever will he has somewhere, there's a little clause that should something horrible happen to them, that he's giving all of his children to Roe. Just so she can know the joy of.
Your poor
I'm just
wife.
a
I'm
lazy, selfish
She loves
person because I'm like, I have 2 dogs. I'm like, God, you guys are too much responsibility.
Well, you've
I'm
met
not
her.
getting-
Like, she is something else. She's just a force of
Not wanting
nature.
to have kids is not selfish.
What do you say?
Who would say otherwise?
I said,
You're wrong. You're so wrong, it's horrible. You're like Trump level wrong.
oh my God, I know you did not just say that, you son of a bitch.
We were trying to avoid politics, but
Here comes Disney.
You're the one that wanted background, Josh.
I heard he's going to make this podcast pay for the wall.
I don't think there's enough money here for that.
We're gonna have to do a whole lot more horn out of Kilbo.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not opposed. I'm not opposed to that.
Have you guys ever played Blade and Soul?
no.
Yes, boobies.
Oh my God, the boobs in that game.
Yeah, no,
are
I was just gonna
crazy.
say boobies.
Oh
And
my God.
I think Black Desert too. Just
Does
a
anyone
little-
remember the?
I think the entire time several people from Virtus were trying it out. We just always called it Boob and Soul because that's what it was.
I mean, one of the races, it's like they have torpedoes on their chest. I mean, like they just defy physics to the max. I
When you
mean,
say
literal
torpedoes,
torpedoes.
Torpedoes
Okay.
don't justify-
Austin Power fembots.
What about their ultimate physics? Motherfucker, go off!
Perfect timing.
He gets a little excited sometimes.
I'd get excited too. Giggity.
Show us in the raid log where the LFR hurt you.
Dude, just f***ing die! Hang on, LFR, it means I'm good! Shut the f*** up, dumbass, stop!
Is he talking about the? Is he talking about the dialogue for the boss?
I have no idea what
I
he's
think
talking
it
about.
is.
Help! I don't know where to go to get out of the...
Is it actual or is it like?
Few waves.
I have no.
Gene Wilder was a great Willy Wonka.
What?
What?
I didn't do it.
Were there any others?
No.
Yeah,
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp.
Oh,
He
they
was a
did
decent Willy
remake
Wonka.
that, didn't they?
Yeah, Tim Burton did. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
I didn't like it. I mean, it was okay, but like
It was Captain Jack as Willy Wonka.
You know, it makes sense that Johnny Depp went from killing kids in Willy Wonka to beating wives in real life.
Oh.
Allegedly.
That's
Tell
true.
us
Except for
more
that
about
video.
how
That
you
was
feel,
pretty solid
Cal.
proof.
Tell us more, Kel. Let us hear how you really feel.
You want to know how I really feel? The last two
Yes.
Pirates of the Caribbean were overrated.
Number 4 was fun. I'm excited
I think-
about the 5th one.
Johnny Depp is kind of on a wait, sinking ship right now.
Ooh. Javier
No.
Bardem, though. Javier Bardem's the bad guy.
Yeah, but never mind.
I think that Johnny Depp is like on a fast track to doing like Robert Downey Jr. black guy. That's going to be his next role. I swear.
They need to put him in the remake of Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Isn't Johnny Depp going to be in the next Fantastic Beasts movie or something? I thought
He was
they
in
said.
the first one.
I know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have See it. Yeah,
It was really good. I really, really liked it.
It was. I was more excited about Ron Perlman, Goblin.
He was in it for all of like 30 seconds.
Speaking of Ron Perlman, does anyone follow
Goblin.
Guillermo del Toro on Twitter?
Yeah.
Yes,
See that
and I follow
Hellboy
Ron
3?
Perlman on Facebook.
Hellboy 3, right?
Hellboy 3.
Yeah. No, I've seen that. I voted too.
Ron Perlman's been pushing for it for 2 years.
I wouldn't say no.
I'm going to say something, and don't judge me. No, I love the first Hellboy.
Can I silently judge you?
I've never seen the second one. I've never seen the second one.
The second one is very good.
It's
very good.
What year did it come out? I might have been like
9, 8.
Yeah, 8, 9ish. I think somewhere around the turn of the decade.
Yeah, it was 2008. So I was unemployed. That explains that.
I was right.
Is the second one where like the alien prince dude shows up?
Yeah, I think he was like an Wood Elf Prince, I think.
He's an elf, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like I need to watch this again. It's been so long.
Palor.
It's alright.
I have a horrible memory.
While we're doing this.
Unfortunately, gentlemen, I must leave you.
Oh, you gotta go raid?
I gotta go do the raid thing.
The Lioness at 11.
I will tell Lion you said you love him. Do you want me to tell Amu that too?
No.
Damn.
That's getting edited.
Hold on, I think
He would, however, like you to tell Amu that he did say no.
Oh, I'm gonna get messages from Moo in a minute.
Bye, guys. I love you.
Bye.
I mean, I don't love you. What do we do now?
Talk about
Now that
video
I-
games.
The Nintendo Switch is going to be the best thing ever.
I'm looking forward to it.
I couldn't be less excited. I'm just like, oh, yay, another gimmicky Nintendo system. Just give me something that I can play Zelda on without, like, the gimmicks.
I imagine you're similar to me that whenever you go somewhere, you don't really take portable gaming with you. So
I have
the
a
portability
DS.
doesn't interest you.
I have a DS, a Vita, and my cell phone.
I always have my phone on me, and I have my iPad and my laptop bag. I'm not going to carry a third device.
No, I just don't understand the Switch. Like, I already have a
It's-
DS.
It's Nintendo attempting to lure back the more, I don't want to say hardcore mindset players because they're never getting them back. But
No, it's not going to work. They should stop making hardware and wasting their time and just outsource the games because they'd make so much more money.
Worked for Sega.
Sega really didn't have a choice.
I mean, I'm still getting a Switch, mostly for Zelda, but also I did see during the presentation. I did see a couple of things that kind of did pique my interest, like that ARMS game they were showing off. I don't know if they realize it, but they have like the perfect control scheme with the two Joy-Cons sort of held in the thumbs up position for making like a mech game.
Yeah.
Like using that to pilot.
The whole split screening that screen when you're playing multiplayer, though, it doesn't make sense. Like, you're playing multiplayer, everybody's got their own screen. Why are you split screening at all?
Yeah, it doesn't seem like they thought that out a lot.
I think the split screen is probably just sort of a, I won't say last ditch effort if all you have is the one screen. Because I know you're supposed to be able to like hook up 8 of those in like a local local LAN.
They're making MechWarrior 5.
I'll be excited about that when I see that it doesn't look like crap. Like, I understand and appreciate the portability of the console, especially for hooking up like 8 of them in a local area network. That's cool. That's going back, 15, 16 years to Xbox LAN parties and stuff for like Halo and crap. But I don't get, like, update your hardware so you can run better games, number one, but like, stop doing the gimmicky crap.
It's not for me. Like, I can see the appeal for it. It's just not for me.
The thing with that, though, is that Nintendo's been doing gimmicky crap since the beginning. I mean...
No, they really weren't, though.
Not until...
I mean more in the sense that, like, NES first came out, having a directional pad was... Everybody was used to, like, the Atari joystick.
Yeah.
So, it was new, it was different. Super NES, they added more buttons. Because I'm not saying these are huge leaps in gimmicks or anything here, because they really didn't start the huge leaps until like.
Well, these were less gimmicks and more innovations, but the Wii is a straight up gimmick, and the Wii U is just a continuation of it with the little tablet thing And then the Switch is just... I really want to play that Zelda game, but I'm not buying a Switch to play it. And I'm not buying a Wii U to play it either.
Yeah,
The
no,
Wii U
that's
is the worst console of all time.
See, I like my Wii U. I'm a Nintendo fanboy. I know I am.
I mean,
I'm biased here.
Don't get me wrong. I played the crap out of the last Smash game because one of the guys that lived with us, Cardi Asada, is actually PAX. He had a Wii U. We played Smash, but I can't justify paying for a console that I really want to play 3 games on, which is Smash, Mario, and Zelda, because all the other games that are on it are third-party garbage, and everything else I could get on a better system.
And I just want to point out that's my reasoning too. If I got like a Wii U or Wii or the Switch, it'd just be, if anything, for Zelda. I think the Persona games, the Shin Megami Tensei games, like all that, like not necessarily Eastern market stuff, but like the exclusives, basically that you can't get on like PlayStation or Xbox.
Yeah, I was about to say, on the flip side of that argument, I mean, most of my gaming I do with my PC, so
yeah,
a Nintendo system is kind of like the perfect companion to my setup, because I mean, pretty much everything that comes out on like Xbone or the PS4 ends up also having a release on PC. So easy to port between them.
Yeah.
Like I just bought a PS3 last month, and I got it specifically to play games that are only on PS3. Ni no Kuni, The Last of Us, the Uncharted series, Mod Nation Racers, Little Big Planet, things like that. But the life cycle of the PS3 is over. That's how long it took for me to buy into it. Was okay, I can get it for $100 used now. I'll buy it. Same reason I play everything on my PC or the Xbox One. But even that, my kids mostly play that now. I just play everything on PC.
Yeah, no, like Arg said, it's so easy to port between them, basically, that like the Switch would kind of be like a perfect, companion for me,
Pretty much anything I want to play on the other 2 systems, I can eventually get on PC.
Yep.
But I can't get Zelda on PC.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's honestly, it is for those first-party games that Nintendo has that I tend to pick up. I mean, I got Breath of the Wild coming with my system because I have both of those pre-ordered.
Yeah.
I'm going to get Super Mario Odyssey. I'm actually really interested in that Project Octopath, whatever the frick. I know it's being made by the Bravely Default people, and I really liked that game on my 3DS. I'm really interested in that ARMS game just because, like I said, the control scheme on that. I could see that working for like a Star Fox game, and it would be so much better.
If they could make a good Star Fox again, that would be awesome.
When's the last time we had a good Star Fox?
Super Nintendo?
I was gonna say
the N64 one was pretty good.
The N64
but this recent one was just them rehashing that same game over and over.
Yeah,
they've got to move forward.
Don't get me wrong, like I said, I have a DS. I play Pokemon. I got Star Fox on there. I've got a bunch of the old classic console games on there that I still have on console that my kids are playing on the Nintendo that I grew up with and stuff like that. But I just... Maybe if I didn't have 8 kids and I had more disposable income. Because Breath of the Wild is so pretty.
But I know you mentioned The Last of Us, and today actually they released a new trailer for Logan. I can't just help but see the comparisons and like draw the comparisons between The Last of Us and Logan. I mean, it seems so damn similar. I can't help but think maybe they drew some of their inspiration from it. And
I hope so. The Old Man Logan, number one, is a wonderful story. They can't completely adapt it. They're not.
It was a great arc.
X-23 is an amazing character that I'm excited the rest of the world is going to be able to get introduced to.
Yep.
But you're right. The first trailer, the little teaser, it looked like, The Last of Us X-Men. And I'm okay with this.
And I actually know Breeding and I talked about this. It seems as though they may have an antagonistic relationship at first. Because I know in the trailer she threw the pipe and a bag at him. Like she was like pissed. And just like in The Last of Us, Ellie and Joel kind of like started off as like, not
pretty sure they, like in the comics, they like start out with an antagonistic relationship. I think she's like intended to kill him.
That was her purpose.
She's like, it does seem, very Last of Us inspired. And then, not to mention, we've got Last of Us 2, like, just revealed at PlayStation Experience, too. So, I know a lot of people have been waiting for a sequel. And I know it released on my birthday in, 2011, I think?
It's been a long time, yeah.
Yeah, and so to finally get another Last of Us game, like, Naughty Dog's been doing a great job, at least in my opinion. I've always loved their games, but they've really capitalized on, I think, the cinematic storytelling kind of like games they want to do. Like,
I can't say that I've ever actually played a Naughty Dog game.
Oh, you have
Oh,
missed out.
yeah, and
Like I'm sitting here trying to remember what else they've done.
I think only Jack and Daxter, right?
I have played Jack and Daxter. I did
Yeah.
have a PS2.
I think those were their very first games.
There was some other ones in there, I
I
think.
mean, look, we have the internet. Let's look it up.
Ah,
But
I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
let's
we have the internet.
Yeah.
What-
The Uncharted games are very good, but I never could get into
wow.
the shooting with the controller.
Yeah.
Naughty Dog is a much older company than I thought it was. They were founded in 1984. Their first game was Math Jam for the Apple II. Then they had Speed Crazed for the Apple II. Dream Zone for the Amiga, the Apple II GS, Atari, and DOS. Keef the Thief for Amiga, Apple II GS, and DOS. Rings of Power for the Genesis. I have that. That's awesome. Way of the Warrior for the 3DO. Crash Bandicoot.
Oh yeah.
How did we miss that?
I
like-
know. I was thinking.
I know.
other? Did they do only the first one? I think?
No, Crash
No,
Bandicoot, Crash Bandicoot 2,
They've
Crash
done all of
Bandicoot Warped,
They did?
Crash Team Racing, Jack and Daxter, Jack 2, 3,
a
Jack
while.
X, and then the Uncharted series, The Last of Us.
I know they said this one, part 2, will be more focused on hate and revenge and stuff, instead of the first one where they said, it was like love and, compassion, and just like Logan, it's gonna be antagonist. It was even antagonistic at first, but
They're going to have some finality in Logan because this is Hugh
Yes.
Jackman's last run as Wolverine.
and I do think they've said that Legion comes to FX, I think, next month.
Unless they like talk him into being in Deadpool 2.
Yeah, if they throw enough money at him.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I can see it happening.
I think he's sick of the regime to stay in shape for Wolverine.
Yeah,
He puts a lot into getting in that shape.
yeah.
he's getting old. He's, what, 41? 45.
Yeah, I was gonna say a little older.
Yeah, but he's Australian, so that's like the equal of 30.
He's 48.
Damn, almost
Yeah.
50.
You know who would make a
great
really
shape,
good
though.
if they recast Wolverine? Richard Armitage, the guy who played Thor.
I was gonna say maybe that was kind of like the first thing that popped into my mind too. But I know they've said Legion is gonna be premiering on FX next month, and I think they said Legion and stuff will be leading into like the new X-Men movies or something, because they're gonna be maybe rebooting them or something. I thought I heard. Again, I
really like the new X, like with James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender and stuff. They need to do what Sony did and share the rights with Marvel. Let Marvel make the movies and have creative control and just bank it like Sony's doing for Spider-Man. Because that new Spider-Man trailer looks like it's awesome.
The Spider-Man trailer, Peter Parker's, obviously only been like a local neighborhood like vigilante sort of deal, it looks like. And then he's got the Vulture, Michael Keaton coming in, being like, you cross me, I'll basically kill everyone you love. Like,
Michael Keaton and his bad guy is exciting.
Yeah, I liked him as Batman, and Birdman was good too. And so I think as a bad guy, he can do a great job. But Spidey, only just being drawn into like the worldwide spotlight by Tony Robert Downey Jr. It's kind of like just like being like a local hero. Now the spotlight is on him, a lot of attention is going to be on him, be it from heroes or like the Vulture.
So my kids like the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man and the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. I like them both. Tobey Maguire's emo Spider-Man. I really enjoyed Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. I don't get the hate, but I understand kind of like the recasting and stuff. But this Spider-Man is like the Spider-Man that I want my kids to watch. Not because they're kids, but because they can relate to him.
I kind of feel
in
like
ways
it's
that I try to relate with like Captain America. You know, I was a soldier. I love Captain America. He's been my favorite superhero for years. I aspired to be like him in my morality and patriotism and things like that. But like, it's hard for my kids to relate to the Marvel Cinematic Universe heroes because they're all adults, and throwing in a teen is really it's gonna be awesome for them.
Yeah, and I've actually talked to my dad about this because, you know, Civil War came out like last year, May-ish, and I told him Spider-Man was going to be in it, you know. I think they're hearkening back to old Spider-Man, you know, such a geeky, like, high school student. I feel like in the most recent comic books, he's been kind of, like, not outgrown, you know, his Spider-Man phase, but he's gotten so used to, like, being in the Avengers and, you know, being grown up, you know, having to grow up, you know, as a teenager,
he's all over the place,
having all these responsibilities and stuff. But now in the MCU, Marvel is kind of throwing back to just basically became Spider-Man, doesn't know how to handle the secret identity, the bad guys, you know, the vigilantism, basically, you know, he's just kind of started out. And I think, I know there's a lot of doubts about Tom Holland, who plays him, but
I think he did great.
He did absolutely fantastic. In Civil War, I loved him because it seems like they're going back to like insecure Spider-Man instead of, you know, kind of like the grown-up knows his way around.
Like they need to stop with those emo bull crap, which it was fun, but like moping around all the time, Spider-Man's a smartass. Like, show me that. Show me snarky Peter Parker talking crap to everybody he's fighting in spite of the circumstances.
Give us the banter.
Yes.
Because that is what Spider-Man is known for. I mean, one of my favorite comic scenes I've seen recently with him, and I don't even know how recently it was, but I just keep seeing this image of him, and there's this guy, this robber, and he's got this hostage at, like, gunpoint. And then Spider-Man's just like, spiders. And the gunman just kind of looks at him and he's like, I'm summoning the spiders.
Yeah, no, I remember that.
Thousands of them, because I'm Spider-Man.
And doesn't the dude freak out too or something?
He does. He's like, oh my God. I give up. Just take me in.
Yeah. I mean, and again, I know, like you said, Ron, Captain America, you know, was kind of like the hero for you. For me, it was Spider-Man, and to see him, you know, like outgrow that like geeky, awkward, like high school face, that like typical high school stuff. It kind of like put me at like a different, not level, but I mean, it was kind of like this Spider-Man I kind of knew from the comics had like basically left me, and I feel like, you know, now that they're going back to geeky, awkward high school, you know, and then typical teenager Peter Parker, who's also got to balance, you know.
If the rest of the movie is anything like the trailer, then they've nailed it. That scene where they're sitting in the cafeteria, like that was it. That's Peter Parker.
Yeah, that's what made it for me. Like,
then again, let's be honest about Hollywood. They tend to put the best scenes in the trailer.
Yeah.
Well, but it's Marvel movies at the same time. Like, I can't say that I haven't disliked any of the Marvel movies. I mean, the low point for me was Iron Man 3, and it was still a great movie.
Yeah. I will agree with Arg. There's a lot of good scenes in the trailers, but at the same time, it's not always the case because there's always kind of a misdirect. Could be showing you that, but it could be like in another context entirely.
Yeah. Let's talk about one more thing, and then we're gonna wrap it up. Yep. The Han Solo movie.
I'm sorry. I love Donald Glover as Lando. I figured he would make a great choice for a young Lando.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen his FX series Atlanta?
It's phenomenal.
It is.
So,
me and my dad and my sister watch
before we get too much into Donald Glover, I wasn't excited about this movie. You know, I love Han Solo. I've got a Millennium Falcon tattoo on my arm, but I don't know this kid. This Alden Ehrenreich. I can't pronounce his last name. I don't know who he is. So whatever.
I imagine that's on purpose, though.
For the moment, I hate
they don't want to have someone known.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of.
So
At least not for that one.
I
That
went
role.
to his IMDb and I started looking through it to see if I had seen anything he's been in, and he's got 19 acting credits if we count Han Solo. I haven't seen any of it. But when you start throwing people in like Donald Glover, which number one, thank God, he's also going to be in the Spider-Man movie.
Yep.
Phenomenal actor, just all around great guy. He's passionate about it. He wants to be in it. He wants to be playing Miles Morales for Spider-Man, and I hope that's who he's playing.
Yeah.
But then you throw in, what's her name that played Daenerys?
Emilia Clarke.
Amelia
Oh my
Clarke.
gosh. Great actress. Woody Harrelson.
I
Oh,
hope
yeah.
to God that Woody Harrelson is a villain.
He,
That would just
he
be the
better
best.
be the bad guy.
Kind of like the Michael Keaton thing, right?
Yeah. And like somebody was like, oh yeah, it was Christian Bale was up for the role first, and I'm like, they traded up, man. Like Woody Harrelson, like
Yeah.
in a Han Solo movie. When you go to Hollywood, you don't get Christian Bale to play a Han Solo movie character, good or bad. You go get Woody
don't even
Harrelson, the crustiest dude in the.
I think that's not even like a step up. That's like almost 10 like times like,
If I'm being
I mean-
honest myself, I imagine it might be a mentor movie.
But in the new canon, Maz Kanata's his mentor.
Yeah. Is he still a stormtrooper in the new canon?
I don't know.
He was never a stormtrooper. He was a
ducked out
pilot.
of Caridia. Let me see. They actually did have one book.
I thought he was a stormtrooper, and he freed Chewie. I thought, or am I misremembering? I'm probably mixing. it up.
I also haven't kept up with the canon all that well.
It's really good. I have a 6 foot tall bookshelf right here in my room with old canon on it that I can't get rid of because I'm attached to it. They're all autographed. They mean something to me. And I was not happy about killing the EU.
Yeah, they just like straight up killed it off.
Here we are 3-4 years later, and I've read everything they put in print, comic book, and I love it.
I'm gonna make you hate me, but I only saw The Force Awakens in October
That's
of this
okay.
past year.
I have
that's
family
fine.
members who've never seen Star Wars. I don't understand how you've been through life and haven't seen Star Wars, but I accept it. What did you think about it? Aside from the obvious, it's a retelling of Episode 4.
Definitely better than the prequels, but it
Setting the bar
didn't
high there.
really. Well,
It was better than pure crap.
I know. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm just because I hadn't said anything. about it.
Definitely better than the prequels. I'm not sure if it kind of is up to like even A New Hope's standard, because it really is just a retelling.
My biggest complaint with it is they just went too far with the space Nazis. The Empire at least had some gray area. The New Order was just straight up Nazis.
Yeah, and that's how they're coming across in all the comics and books and stuff leading up to it.
I also hate their version of the Death Star. Like
Star Killer.
How does the Star Killer? Yeah. How does the New Order, which is what 0.1% of the size of the Empire, come up with something that destructive?
It had to have been under construction before.
It was already there. I think that's the whole thing.
Didn't they say? I think it was like referenced, and I know probably some of us haven't seen Rogue One, but I think there was like a subtle reference to it in one of the Star Wars databases entries.
They just need to be very careful. They're trying to weave a lot of story plots, and they got to watch out that they don't do. What's a good example? Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Where eventually, or even Zelda, where eventually, like they just work themselves into such a hole that there's no way to get out of it.
Pablo Hidalgo, he was the keeper of the Holocron before it sold to Disney, is the lead of the story group, the Star Wars story group. And more than anybody else, like he has his finger on the pulse of both the Star Wars fandom and the canon. Like he has the big picture. And I have faith that he'll keep that big picture.
And I just want to say, about the new canon. I remember a while back you posted that in the Darth Vader comics, the new ones, he had the female, basically Indiana Jones companion.
Yep, Dr. Aphra. She has her own book now.
Yep, and I've been reading those, and I think she was possibly my favorite character in the Darth Vader comics, and I'm
Yep.
so glad she's gotten a
It's
spinoff.
she's great. Like if
Yes.
they keep pumping out characters like her, I'm happy. Even Rebels, Hera and all of them, they're great characters and they're fun to watch. I care about their stories in ways that I didn't think that I was going to be able to do when they ditched the EU, but I do and I can.
And I thought it was a nice way to actually bring in Thrawn, of all people,
And Timothy Zahn gets to write the book.
Yep. And I'm
I do like that they're bringing Thrawn back.
I watched the first 2 episodes of season 3 last night, and Thrawn's in the first episode, and it's just like that's my Thrawn. That's what got me hooked on Star Wars was the Heir to the Empire series.
See, that would have been my concern. I have not watched any of the cartoons, but
They're
I
so
have
good.
Thrawn in my mind, and I don't want to watch a cartoon and have it be not the guy that was in my mind.
It is him. Like, not to give any spoilers, but there's one point where one of the Imperials reports to him, and she's like, the Rebel fleet is here, and he's like, that's not the fleet. Let him go. Because he wants the broader Rebel fleet, not a little cell. And it was just like, that's Thrawn. That's what he would do.
that is back when they announced he was, going to be featured and stuff. In the trailer, he was like, "Oh, I gotta study their likes, their interests, their dislikes, and stuff." And I saw a lot of people commenting, "Oh, what does philosophy basically have to do with him destroying the rebels?" I kind of felt like
that is something they have to do because there's going to be a whole generation that never read those books.
They're explaining
exactly,
it though.
Exactly, and
they're going to have to explain.
When they first announced it, I was like, "But you do realize it's more than just destroying them militarily, in a sense, right? You gotta destroy their will too to fight back. The Empire wants complete domination. The rebels want to restore the good old days and morale, and it's not just military strength, it's morale. It's recruiting people like them to fight with them to overthrow this totalitarian regime." It was kind of like, and again, newer people might not have known this, but it's a military defeat for the rebels will not defeat the rebels, so to speak, because there will always be people like the rebels. So he has to crush them utterly.
Another really cool thing about Rebels specifically, Palor, Tarkin features heavily, Vader features regularly, and it's James Earl Jones voicing Vader. The couple of times that Yoda's been in it, it's Frank Oz. Steven Stanton does the voice for Tarkin. He does a phenomenal Tarkin. Arganas, have you seen Rogue One yet?
I have not. I
was
saw that often.
I will never be able to watch episode 4 again without watching Rogue One first.
I was just going to ask you, Ron, I know you've seen Rogue One, but did you catch the maybe little references to Rebels in there?
Yeah.
Okay. I was just
General Sadella
ask.
saw Chopper roll by. They
Yep.
had his little noise play. The Ghost featured pretty heavily in that final battle, just flying by a few times. So that was really exciting to see.
And
the Hammerhead Cruiser, that was nice to see finally.
Yeah. And I know they've stated Rebels is 3 or 4 years before A New Hope, I think.
Yeah, it's about 3 years. Well, it's progressed because Ezra's had a birthday.
Yeah, but still, it's relatively close to A New Hope, so it's having those references in Rogue One kind of made my day, so to speak, because it's acknowledging the canon.
It goes back to what
canon.
Palor said, where he's worried that they're going to write themselves into a corner, but they're doing a really good job of weaving it all together.
Yes, I think not Marvel has set a new standard, so to speak, but in these interconnected universes, Marvel's Phase 1 in the MCU, connecting all these things leading up to the Avengers. It seems to me that's what a lot of people are striving for, at the least, with Star Wars and
I would not doubt that the people working, but they probably have Disney probably has a division who has been cribbing notes from the Marvel guys with their cinematic universe, and
Disney owns Marvel, so it makes sense.
Yeah, and I mean, it just seems like since Marvel's on top of their game in that aspect, linking all of these things together, to me it seems like some of these series are kind of like trying to do the same thing.
I think a lot of people are trying to crib notes off of the Marvel Cinematic Universe because how well it's done. It does.
Exactly.
If only DC could get that memo.
Yeah, no. I mean, the movies are great, but
Everything they want to be a universe. It's similar to how every video game wants you to play it for an entire year.
Yeah.
There's no longer games that you can just play for 9 hours and be done.
Yeah.
The DC movies are great, but I will admit only the extended versions.
Only the extended versions. I agree.
Yes. Going for the theatrical release, gonna release the extended version, obviously, at a later date, milking that money, but at the same time, it's like...
Hey, do you know how many different versions of Star Wars I own?
Jesus Christ. I mean, I prefer, like, the story version instead of, like, just a good movie. Like, story-centric movie, not just, like, a... Explain it to me. Why is this important in this seed instead of, like, I gotta have the extended version to figure it out?
Yeah. Well, I think that's about it, guys. We've been going for almost 2 hours. Okay, I recorded this after the fact, but just like with the Dark Ages question and answer podcast, the first person can PM me, IM me, Facebook message me the name of the 8-bit track at the beginning of the podcast will get 1 month's game time in the MMO of their choice. Sorry, Star Wars, they only offer it in 60-day increments. Or a Steam game of their choice from a list that I have. Or we'll throw this at 1 month of Humble Monthly. It's about the same value. Yeah, so good luck.
Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. Spins a web any size, catches thieves just like flies. Look out, here comes the Spider-Man.
Oh my god, you guys are boring.